His story begins like many others, a life budding with potential in a world on the brink of change. Born in 1896, John Maximovich entered a world teetering on the precipice of the 20th century. Even as a young boy in Ukraine, there was something different about him, an almost tangible aura of holiness. He immersed himself in the lives of the saints, their examples fueling his own spiritual growth. One day, a bishop visited John's school. He noticed the young man deep in prayer, his demeanor radiating an unusual piety. The bishop, struck by this aura of sanctity, made a profound prediction. Look at this child. Do you know what he is reading? He is reading the lives of the saints, and one day he will himself be a saint. These words weren't just a passing comment, but a prophecy that would come to define John's life. It was as though destiny had whispered its plan, and young John had already begun to answer its call. John's path led him to Serbia, a land steeped in Orthodox tradition. It was here, amidst the hallowed halls of seminary, that he truly blossomed. He excelled in his studies, his mind absorbing theological knowledge like a sponge, but it was his unwavering devotion, his ceaseless prayers, that truly set him apart. He lived a life of stark simplicity, foregoing earthly comforts. Sleep was the luxury he seldom indulged in, spending his nights in fervent prayer. The chapel became his sanctuary, his voice echoing through its hallowed halls long after others had retired. His fellow seminarians marveled at his piety, recognizing in him a soul touched by divine grace. After his ordination, John's journey took him east to a city teeming with life, yet grappling with hardship. Shanghai in the 1930s was a melting pot of cultures, a place where hope and despair danced a delicate waltz. It was here that John's heart found its calling amidst the orphaned and abandoned children. He embraced these forgotten souls, seeing in their eyes not just their plight, but their potential. He poured his heart and soul into the orphanage, becoming a father figure to those who had lost so much. He nurtured their bodies and souls, teaching them the love of Christ through his own actions. The winds of war swept across the globe, forcing John to flee his beloved orphans. He found himself in Europe, a shepherd tending to his scattered flock. He served in parishes across the continent, his reputation as a healer and miracle worker preceding him. People flocked to him, drawn by his unwavering faith and the inexplicable healings that occurred through his prayers. He became a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. His sermons, delivered with quiet conviction, offered solace and guidance. He reminded people that even in the darkest of times, the light of Christ could never be extinguished. John's journey led him to Paris, a city of lights and shadows. Here he embarked on a mission to revive the ancient liturgy of Germanicus, a liturgical tradition dating back to the early centuries of the Church. This ancient liturgy, with its roots in the mists of time, spoke to John's deep reverence for tradition. He saw in its revival a way to connect the faithful with the Church's rich heritage, a bridge spanning centuries. He believed that by reintroducing these ancient practices, he could rekindle a sense of awe and wonder in the hearts of the faithful. St. John's journey continued in San Francisco, where he served as Archbishop. Here he became a spiritual father to the future Father Seraphim Rose, guiding him on his path to monasticism. Despite his deep spirituality, John faced persecution from some members of his congregation who misunderstood his ways, yet his faith never wavered. Many witnessed his miraculous healings, further solidifying his reputation as a wonder worker. In recognition of his unwavering faith and countless miracles, he was named Saint John the Wonder Worker, a title that would forever define his legacy.